I have the fabulous Miss Alexis Caldicott with me, one of my favorite humans.
Aw.
Welcome, Alexis.
Aw. I'm glad I'm one of your favorite humans. I know you have a lot of favorite pets, so
Yeah,
I'm happy to make the cut.
of course. Well, I mean, we've known each other for a while now. I think I found you in 2020 at an event, and then we started
Yes.
working together since 2021.
Yes, yes, it's been quite the journey and a lovely, lovely, lovely journey as
Awesome.
well. Yeah.
Well, cool. I'm just going to jump in. So I'll have you introduce yourself and tell a bit about who you are and what you do.
Yeah. So obviously, you know my name, and you can see it there. But yeah, so we specialize in helping coaches and consultants that are struggling to get clients master their message and their marketing strategy so that they can make and impact millions.
Awesome. It's fun to see it in action because obviously I've learned a lot from you with your coaching, how to talk about what you do, and you just did that very eloquently.
Oh, well, thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
So obviously you didn't get to where you're at, it wasn't like from here to here. It kind of
I
goes up and
wish.
down a bit, it's a process, it's a journey.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how you got to where you're at and some of the hurdles and things you've had to conquer along the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, we don't have a lot of time and we don't have cocktails right now, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. But, just no one has the perfect childhood, right? I'm not going to go way, way, way back to all of that. But mine,
Right.
was definitely rocky. And as a result of some of the things I experienced, I actually ended up developing a learning disability. A lot of people don't know that
Wow.
about me, that I actually developed a learning disability from some of the things I experienced as a kid. And it was to the point where, like, I had to see a specialist, like a therapist would literally, child psychologist would come into class and say,
Wow.
Alexis, time to go meet with your therapist. And everyone would watch me pick up my stuff and walk out of the classroom. No shame or embarrassment on that, right? As a kid,
Right.
and I would meet with a child psychologist and do play therapy, and they would be working with me on my letters and my numbers because it wasn't dyslexia where it was a different form where I was literally writing my letters backwards, like almost in a mirror,
Oh,
like when you look
wow.
at the letters in a mirror. I could never try and do that now. If I even tried, but yeah, I was flipping my letters and everything backwards, and I ended up going to school for psychology. Surprise, big shocker.
Right. Right.
I learned what was fascinating was that actually when you are as a child, when your brain is growing and developing, and it goes under extreme stress and trauma, the chemistry actually changes
Oh,
in the brain.
wow.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? So I literally, my brain wasn't functioning properly because of the extreme poverty and the abuse and all the kinds of different things that was happening. So that's, I developed this learning disability, and I'm probably going deeper into my story than I need to, but ultimately I just decided, I was like, I need to do something about this. I need to change this. And I threw myself into my own development as a young kid, into my schooling, into going and seeing therapists and finding personal development events and
Mhm.
things like that where I could really work on myself.
Right.
And long story short, now the girl that used to have a learning disability and couldn't write to save her life now makes a really good living writing. Is the ironic, beautiful ending of that story. Is, now
Yeah.
I'm blessed to work with and help other business owners write and speak messages that helps them get their impact and their story out into the world.
That's an incredible testimonial because that really is kind of a true rags to riches story, you
It
know?
literally, yeah.
Yeah. And lending into like where you ended up in your business. And I know there's been so many different things that you've talked about because I've known you for a while too. Um, but it's just fascinating to me to know people because sometimes on the outside we see people who are successful and we think, wow, like I want that life, but we don't know the behind the scenes stuff that you've had to go through. So someone could,
True.
from the outside, when I just met you, I didn't know any of your background, so I'm like, wow, she's so successful, that's something I aspire to be. And so
Right.
it's cool to know that people don't just, generally speaking, they don't just go from here to here without a lot of bumps and bruises along the way.
Totally. We've all got our stories, and we've all still got our stuff and our
Right.
stories that we're working on and overcoming. And
Yeah.
for me, the thing that has stuck with me, because there's a saying, Wendy, maybe you've heard this before: new level, same devil.
Yeah.
New level, same devil. So I've done the work, guys. I've done the
Yeah.
work on that stuff. I've done the work on those, all those issues and everything. But for me, the thing that still sticks with it is I felt was two things. I felt stupid, right? Like people are like, oh, she needs to go see someone special because she can't write, her ABCs. And then also I felt misunderstood. I felt very misunderstood because what I was trying to say and articulate wasn't getting through,
Right.
and people didn't get me. And so, now I always find it fascinating, Wendy, that the things we end up doing in our business, 99% of the time, the people I meet that I talk to, they are trying to help a former version of themselves.
Yep. I feel that. I feel that, and I
If
see
you're
it.
watching this in the chat, type me if that's you, right? So
Yep.
yeah, so I mean, now it's kind of like I look back and I think about that and I get butterflies and goosebumps, thinking like, how perfect. Like now I help people to be understood and not feel stupid when they write, when they share their message, when they're trying to grow their business and they're trying to make an impact. So it's just, it's cool. Like I had this moment a couple of weeks ago where I sat back and I'm like, wow, that's
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy in a good way. Good crazy.
Yeah. We truly end up becoming who the person that we needed when we were in the struggle. When
Right.
we were at that point of, we all get to that point as an entrepreneur of, do I give up or do I push forward? We always get to that point, and it's like so many give up because they don't have the tools, the things that they need. They don't know where to find it, who to go to.
Yeah.
So let's talk about where you're at now with your business, and if you have anything upcoming that you want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, now the biggest thing just happened last week. We just finished our second the Echo event, Mastering Your Message for Millions. It was absolutely amazing.
Hmm.
Really great people there. Just I'm always touched by the people that end up coming to these events,
Yeah.
and the message and the impact that they want to have. Yeah, we want to make money, of course, right? We want to have the things, but we also know that we need to help people at the same time. And so it's such a gift to do the same. And so I feel blessed to be able to do that myself and to help other people spread that echo out into the world. So that's the biggest thing is we just wrapped our 3-day echo event last week. That was amazing. And the biggest thing I think that I have coming up, we're doing the Echo event again in November. But I'm really, really excited about the Warrior Unchained event that's coming up because um, I told you my story about working on myself.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of business tactics out there that's all important: business strategy, messaging, marketing, all that stuff. But if we don't work on here and we don't work on here, so I know you're already going to talk about it, but I can't even wait, Wendy, because I was at it last year and I was just blown away by the blend of the personal and the professional, right? Of
Yeah.
personally growing. So to me, that's the biggest thing that's coming up is September, the Warrior event. I'm so psyched. I cannot wait to do it again. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm excited to have you because even last year, to me, when I'm bringing people in from out of state who haven't been to the event, especially to speak, I always get extra nervous about it. Like, okay, as somebody who I admire because you did events for a long time. I don't know if you knew that, but like, I had a lot
Yeah.
of anxiety around of, oh gosh, what's she gonna think? It's a small piece to her. Like, what is this event? But then I know you told me when you got there and you started to see how the event kind of rolled out. You were like, oh, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Like this is the event where I'm going to go a little deeper because it's not just a regular like business convention where it's all business. We're just like fire hosing you with information that you're going to implement. It's
Just a
more than
touch,
that.
just a scotch, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we do fire hose in some spots for sure. But like for people to really connect with you, sharing some of that personal, people don't have to go
Yeah.
super deep, of course. We don't tell people to do that.
Right.
But
Right.
sometimes it's the space where you feel like you can go deeper if you want
Yeah,
to.
it naturally happens sometimes when you're in a safe container where, you can share things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about what you're bringing this year to Warrior and what you'll be speaking about.
Yeah, well, besides my kiddo, because it's at the Kalahari resort, so I have to bring he'll be 4 then, he'll just
Yay!
have turned 4, so he's coming to play at the water park while mommy works, and then I'll go play
Love
with
it.
him, but, yeah, I'm really excited to be a speaker again at the Warrior Unchained event. I feel very honored because it's a sacred room. I don't know how else to explain it. It's a sacred space and room where people are hungry to learn and hungry to implement and hungry to connect. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to be speaking again. I'm going to be talking about the expert messaging secrets that help you sell at your program, services, and events. So excited to go deep and share some new content during that talk as well. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
That's awesome. Yeah. So Alexis's portion does focus more on the professional development, the business growth.
Right.
And yeah, personal growth is great too. Like we want to work on mindset, we want to work on limiting beliefs so that we can excel. But then we get to that point, okay, but you need to implement business strategies in order to bring in money and profit. So that's why I think it's really hand in hand.
Yeah.
You have to have both. And so I'm always, because I think what you do truly helps people connect to their audience,
Yeah.
learn about who they're serving and how to serve them better and how to speak to them, because that's what's most important. You need to know how to speak to your audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's you.
I'm curious, Wendy. Can I ask a question for people that are May I ask a question?
Yep. I don't know if we can see
Yeah,
all the
yeah, yeah.
comments.
So no, I'm just curious. Like, so people, there might be some people watching this live right now. I can't really tell. But even if you're watching it live or you're watching it later or you're watching the
Yeah.
replay of this, can you type in the comments, do you feel like, because as a business owner, we need to work on the head and the heart, we need the personal development, and we also need the professional development.
Yeah.
So would you type in the chat, because I think it would help me as a speaker and Wendy as a host, which one do you feel like your cup is more empty on right now? Do you
Hmm.
feel like your cup is empty on the personal development, or your cup is a little bit empty on the professional business development side? Like, what do
Yeah.
you need more of? Because we need to be balanced with both. We need to be working on both. So I'm just curious. Type in the chat. I need more. My cup is low in personal, or my cup is low in business business development. I'm
Yeah.
just curious to see, because I always believe in, you got to tweak the content. You got to meet people where they are and what they really need. That's the whole point, right, of
Yeah.
this event.
That's so true. And it's and right now, so we are streaming on like 3 or 4 different places within Restream, the platform we're using. So, whether you're on YouTube, if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on Facebook, wherever you're at, if you can, like Alexa said, comment below, even if it's on replay, which one you need more of. Which one
Yeah,
is it that you're kind of a little lower on, that you need that boosted? Because it is very helpful. And I
yeah,
found like when I do this event each year, it's never exactly the same. Usually, something like last year was a little more business heavy, and the
mm-hmm.
time before it was more personal. And this year, I feel like it is a little bit more personal development than business, and it
Yeah,
just really depends. But everything that we teach, I think, really goes hand in hand. So I'd be really curious to see what some of the answers are and what people,
yeah,
chime in and which one they
yeah,
need more of.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So you talked a little bit about your experience at last year's event. I mean, so
yeah,
coming in really as kind of blindfolded in a way. And I mean, we talked on the back end of it beforehand, but like coming in, experiencing the room, the other speakers, like what was some of the things that, um, oh, here we go. I got a long comment, but I'll tell you in a second. So what are
yeah.
some of the things that you got out of the event?
The last one. Content wise, there was some great content on, like your pitch, your elevator speech. There was some great content on how to do sales without being salesy. There was some great mindset stuff. Of course, Gertie made an appearance. That was pretty awesome. If you don't know who that is, come to Warrior, you'll find out. But the fun side of it too, right? Like, we don't always have to be super serious too. Like,
Right.
it's a blend, right? Just like us as women, we're a blend. We're not just the girl that always has their hair and the makeup perfect. We also have the times where we have the hair up in the greasy, messy bun. Like, we're a blend. And the event really felt like this beautiful blend. And that's what I really take away, and why I've been raving about this event and telling everyone about this event, that they have to be there, because it was a refreshing event, right? I haven't been to an event like that in a long time. And so
Oh,
I fell back in love with it, and the community and the fun, and how much people were like, "Oh, have you tried this?" Or "What do you think about that?" Or, just the camaraderie and the community amongst the women there, and the few smart gentlemen that were in the room. uh, it was just a beautiful thing to see, right? That we all as women rallied together, knowing that, hey, this is not a competition thing. This is a let's help and support and cheer each other on kind of thing.
Oh
That was
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, the collaborations I've seen come out of it is always amazing to me to watch, like from my perspective, to see now, like on social media, I see all the different connections now that were connected before the event
Yeah,
and
yeah,
see what continues from there. So, and I can't see who wrote the comment because there's certain permissions you have to give Restream, but this Facebook user said, Alexis, Caldicott, we can always be upgrading in all of the departments. Repetition is okay. We always need reminders, and every time we hear information, we're at a different
yeah.
stages of growth personally and professionally.
Yeah, so true. So true. Yeah, all departments always, but I know I have moments where I feel like, you know what? I haven't been doing as much for me. I've been doing a lot for the business, right? So sometimes I need to upgrade my self-care and sometimes I'm like, "Ooh, that trigger took me a little bit longer to work through. I think I might need to I need to work on that a little bit." So,
Yeah.
there's sometimes where we're a little bit more to one side over the other. So, it's just interesting to know where people are falling and what they're really needing. We obviously all need both, but
Right. And neither is a one and done. Neither is, oh, I went to this conference and now I'm perfect in all aspects of my life. Like
yeah.
that's not how life works, you know.
Unfortunately, no, 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 no. It's called maintenance.
Right.
Just like, you lose 100 pounds, you still got to maintain that, right? It's maintenance. Yeah.
And sometimes we find help in areas of our life that we didn't even realize we needed. You know, from the
Hmm.
first warrior, there was a girl there, and her name was Tori. And I remember she did a video, a video after the first day. And she
Hmm.
came on live on Facebook and said, I signed up for this event thinking, oh, it'll just be fun, something to learn. And she's like, oh, it went deep. Like, she's like, I didn't realize. She's
Yeah.
like, I did not realize what I was going to get as much out of this event as I did. And so she
Yeah.
just, and I've watched her grow so much since that first event. It's been kind of a crazy thing to watch. It's like I have these little babies in this room kind of, and I get to watch
Yeah.
them all grow up.
Yeah. They
You
all
know,
growed up now.
they're all grown up.
Yeah.
But to the point of the different stages is, we need to hear certain things at different stages and we grow personally and professionally, but each time we're met at a different space. So to hear like even what Alexis talked about last year, but hearing it something similar this year,
Yeah.
it's going to hit different
Yeah.
because we're at a different place. So even if people attended last year and saw you speak, it's going to hit different this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I always, just a rule of thumb for those of you, type in the comments if you're already registered for Warrior, because if you are registered for Warrior, this is a really good nugget for Warrior, but really any event.
Yeah.
If you are registered for Warrior, go there looking for the one big golden nugget. The
Yeah.
one big, like I always go to an event looking for hopefully a little handful, right? Like 4 or 5 of them. But even if you got one major golden nugget out of it, what's the one big thing? What's the one thing, the one golden nugget that I
Yeah.
really need to move my life, my business forward? And
Yeah.
that's really what I'm looking for. So even if it's repetition is mastery, sure, great. I'll hear some of these things again, but it, like you said, it's going to hit in a different way, and it could be that one nugget that hit the right way. Then now
Right.
I can take it. I'm in the place to now implement it, and
Oh
that's what's
yeah.
going to be the difference.
I've even had that. So I went to the first Echo event, and then I also went to the second Echo event.
Yeah,
And the second time, because I learned at the first one, it hit different. I had a lot more aha moments.
yeah,
Where sometimes if you're coming in and you don't have some of these things already, I don't want to say built. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but it does. It just hits differently because you have a deeper understanding of who your client is, who you're serving, who you are, what your business is. And so that second time, you're just like, oh, she said this last time and I got it. But now, like,
it
it's
clicks.
more of a mastery,
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
I mean, I'll be signing up for the next one again, of course.
yeah.
The next
Good,
event,
good.
because
Yeah,
you always learn more and your business does expand. And I always have different facets, as we know. Like, I do the
hmm,
warrior event and I also do, speaker coaching and that sort of, and I speak. So each time I go to the Echo event as well as Warrior and Chain, both events,
yeah,
I can focus on different aspects of my personal and my different aspects of my professional life too.
right.
And I know I'm not alone in being like a crazy squirrel with all these different things going on,
No idea what you're talking about. No,
right? And so I think it does help everybody kind of focus in on what they really need to learn,
right.
And again, sometimes we learn things we didn't know we needed, and sometimes it's exactly the information we need at exactly the point in our business or professional life that we need.
Hmm. Or
So
just we're in a place where we're more open.
yeah, yeah.
Sometimes life, I heard someone say this the other day, it made me laugh. Life keeps lifing. You know, life
Yes,
keeps lifing, and sometimes when life is lifing hardcore, if you know what I mean, like there's
yeah,
some serious stuff going on. Sometimes we're not always as open to implement and to hear and receive what message is trying to be given to us. So,
yeah,
sometimes just being in a different place and phase, we're more open and we're able to take it in a different way.
yeah. And we really try to cultivate this environment with Warrior. When you come in, no one's a stranger in the room, number one. And we do different activities and we have a lot of fun. So you can kind of like, even if you're an introvert and you're nervous or you're shy, we try to make it so that you feel welcome in that space. So you're not like
Yeah,
sitting there like afraid to talk to anybody.
right.
Even though you might really want to, some people get really nervous. My oldest daughter, for one, she's like, she doesn't like to be in a room full of people, but she's like, my event is the exception because she feels like she could walk up to anybody in that space to have a conversation.
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
it's a mindset. It's a mindset walking into that space, I think.
yeah. So yeah, I would say like if I were to summarize Warrior, it's not just unchaining, but it's also opening and
Yeah,
helping you grow your business, yes, but grow your mind and grow your heart as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And
So
both of those
when is it,
things.
by the way? I don't know if everyone knows when it is.
Yeah. So it's, Warrior Unchained Live is September 23rd and 24th for the general admission for all day Saturday and basically a half day on Sunday. And then you can upgrade to the VIP ticket, which is Friday night from 5 to 9 with guest speaker Pat Miller of the Idea Collective Small Business Incubator.
Yeah,
And Susie Moon is our comedy relief that
I
evening.
can't wait.
I
Yeah.
can't either. She's going to be a hoot.
She's hilarious and
Yes.
he is brilliant. So I
Yeah.
will definitely be flying in early. It's going to be a whirlwind. I think I might be coming from London. I'm not sure. So
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah. I have a business
Oh,
event in London like 3 days before your event. I'm like, I'm gonna make it happen. So
that's
anyway,
amazing.
but yeah, I will definitely not miss Friday night VIP because Susie Moon, number one, she's just like the cherry on the sundae. She's gonna be absolutely hilarious. But the
Right.
Idea Collective thing, like what people can do and get done in that time frame is just, I mean, that's worth the ticket alone.
Well,
Is for VIP. Yeah.
yeah, and I feel like you get kind of a leg up on the networking side of it, the connections, because the speakers are in the space, so you get to know them even before they get on stage and
Yeah.
other attendees that are there. It just kind
Yeah.
of gives you that extra I think it's a confidence builder in a way. You're
Mhm.
there. It's more of a relaxed setting for VIP
Yeah.
night. So
Yeah.
Saturday you start fresh at 9 o'clock in the morning. We go all day. Then we have a dance party,
Woo woo.
which is I mean, Alexis is like me. She loves music and likes to be on that
Oh,
dance
yeah.
floor.
I will be boogieing on down. So
We
who's
whipped
gonna
it
dance with me?
up, right? We whipped it up a bit last year, that's for sure.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So
Yeah. So it's at the
yeah,
Kalahari in Wisconsin Dells, which is right off of the interstate, easy to get to. And like you said, if you have family, kids, there's a water park. There's all kinds of fun things to do for your family
yep,
while you're at the conference.
yep.
So yeah, bring your husbands, and we do have guys that come. So it's a women's empowerment and business convention, but or conference, but men have come. Uh oh,
Some very wise men. I'm
yeah,
still here. Are you still here?
my screen went blank all of a sudden, and then it popped back in. I don't know what happened.
Nothing happened on my end. Everything looks perfect.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So yeah, that was really strange.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
well, tickets you can go to warriorunchainedlive.com and sign up for general admission for Saturday and Sunday, or upgrade to VIP because that's kind of where the action's at.
Yeah,
Coming in on Friday night, so you can
yeah.
upgrade for that. And ticket prices are very affordable. I don't think you're going to find another conference with as much packed in as this one for under
And it
$100.
feeds you.
Yes,
And
and
it
that means
feeds you because you're getting all the content, you're getting all that good stuff. Yay, all the stuff that we talked about, but you're getting food, you're getting
yeah,
fed this time too.
food,
So
entertainment, dance party,
oh
like
my
dude, like
gosh, like
it's like a
yeah,
girls' weekend away, and you get to learn stuff to build your business. I
I can't
mean,
wait. I
yeah,
can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
awesome.
So is the link, you're gonna put the link in the chat too? Because I want to share this with a couple people, make sure they have the link.
Yes, absolutely. Otherwise, up in this little corner over here is a QR code. If you're familiar with QR codes, you can
Okay.
scan
For the
and get
tech
tickets.
savvy people, for the tech
For the
illiterate
tech
people.
savvy
I need
people,
a link.
yes,
I need a link.
yes, but I will be putting it here. I'll put it right here now.
Okay,
So I think
awesome.
this should go over to all the platforms, I think. So
Okay.
we'll see.
We'll go
We'll
back
test it
in.
out.
We'll go back in. We'll make sure the people got it. I see it. I see it. So
Yep. And if you're somebody who's here because of Alexis, make sure when you're checking out, if it says, who referred you, make sure you let Alexis know that you're there because of her.
yes, because then we'll chill and I'll grab you a drink at the bar or something.
Yeah.
Or we'll take a turn on the dance floor. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So what would your advice be? Last question then. What would your advice be to somebody
Sure.
who's kind of on the fence, right? Like there's all kinds of events going on in the fall. They're kind of like, I just don't know if I should go. Is it worth it? What would your advice be?
I think there's plenty of tactics out there. There's plenty of teaching on business stuff, and this event is going to have plenty of that as well. But we need to also fill our cups on the emotional side, on the business, the development side. So this is one of the best events I've seen in years, and I've been in the game of events for a decade and a half. It feels like I think I'm at. I have to do the math, but anyways, for over a decade,
A while.
and I haven't seen an event done as well as this in a long time, where there is this beautiful blend of here's what we need to do to grow our business, to get more clients, to make more money. Awesome. That's great. That's good. But if we don't make sure that this and this doesn't get in the way, right? It doesn't matter how great the tactic is. So we really need a blend of both. So to me, it's just this beautiful marriage of grow your business, grow your mind, and connect with people that are going to support you as you do both at the same time. So to me, if you're looking for a place, if you're looking for your people, if you're looking for all of those things, community, business growth, and personal development growth, it's a no brainer. It's one of the best events I've been to in a long time. So I will sing this event's praises to the rooftops for forever because it was just a very impactful event for me
Oh wow.
personally and professionally. So yeah, you need to be there. You just need to be there. Like if I was going to pick an event to go as an attendee to just be and be present and have my cup filled, this is the event I would pick. This
Oh
is the
wow.
event that I would pick. So, yeah, to me, it's a no-brainer. It's a
Awesome.
no-brainer. And come hang out with me and Wendy. Wendy and I have lots of fun too. So
Me too.
fun. So yeah, yeah, just do it. It's fine. Just do it. Just come,
Yep.
come. You need to be there. You need to be there.
Just be there. Yep. Just plan it. It's a girls' weekend. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's educational. It's all the things that you need. So
Yeah, I
warrior
guarantee
team.
you won't regret it. And if you come to this event and you said, Alexis, you said I won't regret it, I will personally pay for your ticket and refund it. That's how
Wow.
confident I am. No, I mean it. Like this event is worth it. It is
Wow.
worth it. So, and I know no one's going to say that, so my money is safe.
I love that thing. That's a huge testimonial right there.
Yes. Oh, good thing you got it recorded
Right?
and on record. So if someone says anything, they'll be like, Alexis, but I'm not worried
Pretty
about
sure
it.
she said that. Like, nope,
Yes.
remember that
I'm not
testimonial.
worried about it. And no one be cheeky and either.
Right? They'll sign up for the next one too. But yeah, we didn't care for this one. Alexa's going to pay for my ticket.
Yeah. Yeah. Alexis said she's paying for my ticket. Oh boy. No, no, no. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. So no,
Awesome.
I mean that in all serious. I know we're joking and playing a little bit, but like you won't regret it. You won't regret it. You will
Oh,
not. This is
awesome.
going to be one of the best events you've been to all year.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alexis. That, it means a lot anyways on a personal note, to have you,
I mean
talk
it.
about this event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And I know
don't blow
you're,
smoke. Yeah.
anyone who's followed you for any amount of time knows that you don't just spout stuff just because it's always, you're a very heart led person. So like that means, that's why it means so much to me that you,
I was not paid for this endorsement.
right?
Yeah.
Writing you a check now. Okay.
Yeah, 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 right.
Cool.
So yeah, come with us, come play with us, right? And if
Yeah.
you are registered, type in the chat me because I want to meet you and see you so that we can hang out and play and we'll already be friends there. And if you're not registered, also type not registered because Wendy and I will convince you why you should be registered.
Right. Exactly. Yep. WarriorUnchainedLive.com.
We'll
Nice
help
and
you.
easy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and answer any questions that you have too on if you should be there and if it's for you or not. And we'll be honest, right?
Yeah.
If it is for you or not. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't be, but yeah, we'll help you make the right decision, right?
Absolutely. 100%. Cool.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much, Alexis. This is
my
awesome. And yeah,
pleasure.
everyone needs to come and see you and be in that amazing space. Just go to warriorunchainedlive.com. And again, put in the comments. If you have questions, comments, tell us what you're looking for, what you need, why you need to be in that space, and we'll get a hold of you. So Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Thanks, Alexis.